White men, something is broken. Something is cracked.
Delusional Don and Insane Omar never cease to amaze me when it comes to the nonsense that they spew out of their mouth. And today, they're talking about gotta be afraid of the white man and white supremacists. But before we get into today's video, I'd like you to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share this video so we can keep the conversations going. Now to start, let me remind you that both Delusional Don and Insane Omar are both married to white men. So I don't know why they would go out and marry the men that they say that you have to be the most afraid of. And maybe they're just trying to keep their enemies close, but it doesn't make any sense to me. So let's start with Delusional Don. Roll the first clip.
Like you, men who vote like you, and men who sound like you. White men, something is broken. Something is cracked deep inside when so many of you believe the answer to fear, to loss, to change is violence. Are you listening to me? I hope I'm saying it loud enough for the people in the back.
Now, believe it or not, Delusional Don has not always been this way. He actually used to be a normal, fact-speaking news anchor going by the name of Don Lemon. And he would probably deny everything I'm about to show you right now on this next clip. So luckily, we have video footage of it. So without further ado, let's roll the clip.
Because black people, if you really want to fix the problem, here's just 5 things that you should think about doing. Here's number 5, pull up your pants. Number 4 now is the N-word. I hosted a special on the N-word, suggesting that black people stop using it, and that entertainers stop deluding yourselves or themselves and others that you're somehow taking the word back. Now number 3, respect where you live. Start small by not dropping trash, littering in your own communities. I've lived in several predominantly white neighborhoods in my life. I rarely, if ever, witness people littering. I live in Harlem now. It's an historically black neighborhood. Every single day I see adults and children dropping their trash on the ground when a garbage can is just feet away. Number 2, finish school. You want to break the cycle of poverty? Stop telling kids they're acting white because they go to school or they speak proper English. Number 1, and probably the most important, just because you can have a baby, it doesn't mean you should, especially without planning for one or getting married first. More than 72% of children in the African American community are born out of wedlock. That means absent fathers. And the studies show that lack of a male role model is an express train right to prison. And the cycle continues. So please, black folks, as I said, if this doesn't apply to you, I'm not talking to you. Pay attention to and think about what has been presented in recent history as acceptable behavior. Pay close attention to the hip-hop and rap culture that many of you embrace, a culture that glorifies everything I just mentioned, thug and reprehensible behavior, a culture that is making a lot of people rich, just not you.
So you saw it for yourself. Delusional Don has not always been delusional. But somewhere along the line, he got brain rot and he just started spewing nonsense left and right. So let's put a pause on Delusional Don and let's pivot over to Insane Omar. Roll the clip.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
Now remember what I said at the beginning of the video. Both Don and Omar are married to white men. The people that they say you need to be afraid of and they cause the most violence and there's white supremacy, these are the people that they chose to marry. Make it make sense. I have no idea what would make them do that or put it in their brain like, hey, we need to be afraid of these people. Let me go and marry them. It makes no sense at all. Like I said, maybe they're just trying to keep their enemy close. But now, since I've shown you Delusional Don and Insane Omar, let's bring them both together on the same screen for the final boss fight. Let's check it out.
I have nothing to apologize for. You know, it is a tragedy
that Charlie Kirk was killed in that way. I feel for his widow and his children. They will have to live with that for the rest of their lives. But there is no legacy to honor. It was a legacy filled with bigotry, hatred, and white supremacy. Mm-hmm. And as a black woman and as a Muslim in this country, I refuse to join the chorus that changes the history of what is on the record from this man. And so, Nancy Mace, the president, like whatever, these crazy people can do whatever they want to do. Yeah. But I am not going to be bullied into complacency, into, dishonoring who I am and what I stand for just to, make them feel comfortable. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
Uh-oh, there you have it. Their boogeyman, the mythical white supremacy. Now, they're always spewing white supremacy and America's systemically racist, but what evidence do they give to show that? They try to talk about 100 years, 150 years ago, but that's not 2025. And in 2025, white supremacy and America being systemically racist is not a factor. Now, I agree, there are racists in America, but they're not just white. There's black, Mexican, white, Asian. Racists come in all shapes, colors, and sizes. Now, I can prove that America is not systemically racist and filled with white supremacy with two examples. Both of them. Delusional Don is a black man, and Insane Omar is a Muslim woman from Somalia. How in the world could they be living in a systemically racist nation if both of them are now multi-millionaires and rose to the levels of US Congress and garbage news anchor? Make it make sense to me. How could that happen if you are living in an America that is systemically racist and there are white supremacists everywhere out to get you? Make it make sense, you guys. It doesn't. But that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section, and I'll catch you on the next one.